Reproductive justice is defined as the complete physical, mental, spiritual, political, and economic and social well-being of women. It is set up to make sure that women have access to resources that they need in order to make healthy decisions for their own bodies and their own children.
Who needs reproductive justice, or who should it be important to? Obviously, the first answer that comes to our mind is women, and I think the common misconception of reproductive justice is that it is just for women or only impacts women. However, when you look at the core values of what reproductive justice stands for, who needs reproductive justice is any living soul on this earth. It affects men in the sense that it affects the women in their life, whether that is their mother, their sister, their best friend from college, their romantic partner, and their wife. I think if you were to ask the majority of men on earth if they would like the women that are important to them in their lives to have access to quality health care and quality reproductive care, the answer would simply be yes.
So when I think about the biggest challenges for reproductive justice advocates in Oklahoma, I think what really comes to mind for me is that since reproductive justice encompasses a lot more than what we typically think, it's hard for us to focus on those issues such as paid family leave, comprehensive medically accurate sex ed, as well as access to health care. We are constantly forced to focus on abortion, especially abortion restrictions. So it feels like even though we've expanded our policy scope to include things such as domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, paid family leave, a lot of that gets wiped out by the anti-abortion rhetoric and bills that keep coming out. So for us, even though we would like to focus our efforts more on those things, we aren't able to because we are constantly addressing the abortion restrictions that come from the state legislature.
Oklahoma State Bill 1549 is set up to block abortions that would happen because of genetic and fetal abnormalities. The most concerning part of that, and what I think all Oklahoman citizens should be concerned about, is it also is a huge violation of all parental rights. If a mother and a father or a mother decides that they do not want to bring a child into this world, I think it's very barbaric to restrict parents from making that decision, not only for their child but for themselves. And forcing a woman and or parents to bring a child who will suffer and who will require major health care throughout their entire life seems esoterically savage to me. I think in our state, especially given the state funding and where our Department of Health Services is we already know that children that don't have physical, mental, or genetic abnormalities are already facing huge obstacles to find long-lasting families and safe communities, and I think this would only add to that burden on not only taxpayers but also the individuals in each community. I think that one thing people don't realize is that until each individual group's basic human right is protected and secure, then no basic human rights are protected and secure.